So it's kind of a funny meeting because it's a meeting where it seems that it's described that there's just what's going on. There's literally only what's going on, and that's it. We could stop here. That says it all. And this what's going on is whole in itself. It doesn't like anything. So how could you describe, well, the indescribable? How could you show something that cannot be shown, that is not something? We're actually talking about something that is not something. I'm actually talking about nothing, really. so what's the point of this meeting? And it's called a meeting, but it's not really a meeting, because there's no one here that knows what this is, what this meeting is. So it's labeled a meeting, or I have labeled it a meeting, but really, and it seems that there's a few people here that might ask questions about this thing that we call life, but really no one knows what life is. So really, whatever question is life itself. Whatever answer, well, is life itself as well. And there's no right answers or wrong answers. There's not even just a question, actually. But a question might arise simply because there's a feeling that this that's going on is not enough. It's not good enough. There might be a feeling of unease, of I don't understand, or I need to understand. There might be an urge to get this. So questions might be asked, but the urge is this. There is nothing at all that is not this. So that is not what's going on. So stress is this, tears is this, fear is this, questions are this, being afraid that something happens to you is this. But what's being said here, however, is that this you were talking about, well, there isn't one really. So it is said often, and I'm the first to say, that there is no one, and there really is no one. But even saying that is nothing but an explanation, because there is no one is simply an attempt to describe what cannot be described, which is that this thing we call me, we call I, we call myself, is nothing but a feeling or a thought or a sensation. Or honestly, I have no fucking clue what it is. I really don't know what it is. And that's all I'm saying. I don't know. We're talking about complete cluelessness, complete I don't know what's going on. And that's the freedom. That's actually the complete freedom for no one, for nobody. It's just the freedom of what's appearing to happen. And no one knows what appears to happen, what appears to be. And so, well, if there are problems, seeming problems, well, there are problems. And I'm not saying it's good or bad or right or wrong. I'm just saying it's what seems to be. But this so-called talk is not for you. It has nothing to offer you. Really, we're just in here in total, I don't know. I do not know. And that's freaking amazing. It's freaking amazing because really, it seems that there's a lot of, let's say, bodies that know or want to know what this is. And so life is being experienced being me. And so I have a past, I have a present, I have a future. And I should act upon it, or I can act upon it. I have the possibility to do something about it. And what's being described is that that's not true, actually. There is already no one. So what seems to happen a lot is that becoming no one is the goal. So I need to become no one, because come on, it's not enlightenment, guys. It's not enlightenment anymore. Enlightenment, that's all right. We're talking thousands of years ago here. No, now we're talking about freedom. Now we're talking about peace. No, that's still not it. No, now we're talking about being no one. But of course, that'll never happen, because what's simply the suggestion is that there is already no one. And so nothing really going on. That's not denying what seems to be going on. It's saying that there is only what seems to be going on. And what seems to be going on, it doesn't happen with you, for you. And it's not that suddenly it will happen without you as a feeling, as an experience. It's just that it's already the case. But really, really, all that's being shared here is, I don't know. I have no clue what I said. I have no clue what this means. So it can mean many things, and that's fine, right? It's not suddenly that there won't be a meaning anymore. It's just the meaning is just meaningless. It's just what's happening. And so it can seem so complicated or impossible that this is it, because there must be something else. But this so-called something else is it as well. There's just nothing that's not this. And that's all this is saying. And so if there are maybe questions or things you'd like to share, or we can talk about it. I still have no idea what we're talking about, but I think it's a fun thing to talk about. So, why not? And if there's just silence, it's this too. It's funny sometimes when I watch non-duality videos and group meetings anyway, it's often that the speaker will speak for like, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 minutes, maybe depending, I don't know. And then there's like a silence for like, like 20 minutes sometimes. I mean, of course, there's really nothing to say about it. Just nothing at all, nothing. nothing. And so that's why everything, there's a speaker I like particularly, and it's Frank McCaughey, for those who know him. And one of the things he says a lot is there's a gazillion stories that's been told about it. And it's exactly that. Just whatever is being said about it, about this, is a story. And so there's only stories to describe that it's all a story, and saying it's a story is a story, actually. So there's just this. It's not that there's no way out. It's that this is it, as it is. No one needs to escape anything. But really, a story is still just, whatever is being said. And whatever is being said is only whatever is being said. Words. And the words is not the thing that it seems to describe. And that's the whole point in the end. There is no point, but I guess it's a way to explain the unexplainable, which is that words are words. You could say it's a thought, but it's not a thing, an actual thing. There are no actual things. There seems to be only. And of course, it's already the case. It's never been otherwise.
Hello.
Hello, Jade.
Yes, I would like to say something about because I have no idea what this is, and there is no possibility to want to know something that I don't know about.
Yeah.
So there is already very clear to me. There's no wanting of this, because it's just not possible. There's no idea of what this is. I don't know why I'm still listening to these videos. I don't I don't really have problems with what this is or what seems to be happening. And I know there's nothing important what seems happening or any stories popping up in the head. There's just nothing important about. So, yeah, that's just I'm not sure what I'm doing.
Me neither. It's literally just what's happening, you know. I mean, there's no way to know what this is. That's what this is saying. And so what might appear to happen, which is not an actual happening, is the end of seeking, you could say. The seeking energy that, well, stops, falls short. Because it's, you know, it's looked so much around that it just tires itself, really, you know, in a way you could say. But that's all, really. And that's not an actual thing that really happens. That's the whole paradox, that once it's, well, fallen away, you could say, well, it's seen straight away that nothing fell away, that this was always this. So then stories, no stories, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, I can feel the nothingness of what's appearing. It's kind of in a sense, but there's just nothing to say about it. And even like the people, like scientists, they have evidence to prove that there's nothing, no matter, no substance. Even to them, is it is not the point of knowing there's no substance in the matters. But I can feel or sense there's just nothing there.
There isn't. And see, that's so we're not, that's the thing where, for me, maybe this can be felt, maybe this can be experienced, what we're talking about, but there's nothing to experience. Experience, you could say, is the, I don't know. I actually, you know what? I actually don't know what experience is. I have no idea. But I guess you could say experience is just being me, being separate, being someone real that is the experience of what's happening. And so everything is real, including feeling nothing. You see? But that's the impossibility. It's nothing. It's just, what we're talking about is life itself, is aliveness, and it's a mystery. No one knows how that works. And so scientists may have billions of great, amazing discoveries. That's always our understanding. That's the loop closing itself, yeah. And starting on again and losing itself and starting on again. And what this, I guess, is pointing out is that there is no actual loop, actually. There's no hamster wheel. There's just this conversation, you see? This. It's all, there's nothing that's not this.
I do have a question for you. When you don't like some people, what do you feel? What do you act? Do you know what you're acting
That depends really. There's just what's appearing to happen. So it's not my style, but I may say fuck off. You know, it's usually not my style, but or I just don't pay attention. But you see, all of that happens on its own. You see, so there's no one doing this. There's no one or not doing a reaction. Basically, there's not that very question. So I don't know. I have no clue. It's if I don't like someone, I don't like someone. You know, but I mostly don't pay attention. I guess. Honestly, I don't know.
Yes. It's natural to not like some people.
Yeah, absolutely. See, the thing is, we're talking about, in a way, we're talking about the natural, let's say, reality or naturalness of everything. And for me, there are things that maybe are not natural or that shouldn't be. So we're talking about the end of should, could, would, shouldn't, couldn't, wouldn't, if that makes sense. And that actually doesn't make sense, because I can say that shouldn't happen. I can say that, if that makes sense, but that happens on its own. You see, it's just what's being said, then what's being shared, what's being whatever lived, but there's no anchor. What we're talking about is the absence, you could say, of an anchor, of a center to everything, so from which everything happens and to which everything happens. And so what's left is just, the natural reality, which is what is going on. But it's already the case. Asking the question is what's going on.
Hello, Max.
Hello, Fred.
Hello.
Nice to see
good
you.
to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I had this question about well, sometimes it comes up over here that about life's purpose for me, and because there's been a lot of drive in this life to become someone, and achieve a certain amount of success and perhaps even status and things like that. And then it changes a little to doing something good for the world, and if I could help the world suffer less. And then there's this seems to be this anticipation that it will become very loving and very that there's still that driving force that sometimes comes back, and I'm wondering, in your experience, did that just evaporate, and it was just the joy or perhaps the relief from it was even better than you would imagine anything that you wanted would actually give you, if that makes sense? Or should I repeat it?
Yeah, sure. No, it makes sense. It's for a while. I guess I went through, I guess, that kind of because I really wanted to save the world too. Maybe not the world, but at least a part of it,
Yes. Maybe
but,
just friends.
or maybe just friends, right? Yeah. But sure, no, it was experienced, I guess, that it is just, so it started not to make sense anymore. So, but it felt like something was leaving, but it was painful actually. But then I can't explain it. It's just whatever. It just left, but not like it just wasn't there anymore, you know. So I can't even talk about a relief, although they have an experience of relief, but we're not talking about a particular experience that will free you, you see, from what you seem to think, because what is being thought of is being thought of. If you want to help your neighbor, I mean, help your neighbor. You know what I mean? And it's not me giving advice here. I'm just saying it's just what's going on, you see? I mean, sometimes I give money to homeless people, you know? Does that make sense? It's just, but it's just what's going on. This just, yeah, wanting to save the world, I guess you could say. It's a funny thing in a way, but it's, in the sense, me doesn't feel good, so well, I can help the world. But what me wants really is, in a way, is not to have to save the world, for God's sake. You know what I mean? in a way, you know. So yeah, I don't know. This communication is not to help you. What it's saying, or however, is that there is no one to help already. I mean, that in itself is just freaking amazing, but you know. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, that is you know, that takes the Jews out of it, or that takes the seriousness out of it, the problem out of it, really. Yeah. Cool. The greatest desire is to be free of desire, or see that there's no desire, or something like that.
Yeah, all that is, see, something that is learned, that maybe was heard, or I don't know. And it's I mean, if I hear that, that reminds me of Buddhism, basically. You know, it's just basically that attachments and all that crap. And it's just, no, it's just pointing out again that there's basically, there isn't anyone from which anything is attached to, because there is no center already. But so, because the idea could be, well, I'll remove suffering for myself and for the world, basically. But there is no self and there is no world. And of course there is no world, because there is no self already. There are no, I don't know, 12, 14 people here. There's just apparent bodies. And I don't even know if it's a body, it's just a word that comes, you see. And there's no one inhabiting this body already. Not really. I mean, really not, but not really, in the sense there's no thread.
Yeah, that's good. I'll go back in peace and maybe shoot a question in later.
Cool. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
It's really a mystery that that there can be the feeling of, well, let's say separation, of being someone, that there is something here that needs to understand this, because it's that, I mean, that's the mystery. That's the what cannot be. Because really, there's just everything. If feeling in the body is not a feeling of separation, it's a feeling in the body, a feeling of, I don't want this, so that's not it, because I don't want this and I'm living this now. Is just what's going on. And that's all there is, really. Just what's going on. And in a way, maybe it's the last thing that, you know, that someone, or call it however you wants, you know, because come on, this thing here, nah. But really, it's perfection with all the apparent imperfections. Not perfection in the sense, maybe it's not best word, because, but anything that's being said is going to be objectified by the questioner, by that thing that says, well, I need to know this, or want to know this, or this is not good enough. It's going to be turned into something that is real, and that's a problem, really. It's a problem for me that I don't know this, but there is just nothing to know, really. Nothing at all.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Guylaine.
Of course, I
Coucou.
don't have any question, but I just love to talk about this. When it's like seeing that everything comes from nothing, every thoughts or anything comes from nothing, it's like it's expanding to everything.
Sorry.
What is lost with the me thing is the nothingness, the part that is nothing. It's very difficult also to talk about this, but
Yeah.
so it's all naturally unfold and dissolve at the same time, and
Yeah.
it's nothing. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
It's stunning.
So
Stunning.
yeah, and the me is something more rigid. It's a personality, and there's some types of personality that have been created all by themselves, by like a cat maybe have green eyes and another one gray eyes. Personality are not real, but there is something in sort of kind of rigidity, but it's easy to see through them when it's seen.
Yeah.
And there's nothing one can do about this.
No.
So,
That's the thing. That's the terrible thing for me as a someone, is that there's nothing I can do about it. But that's actually the best. I mean, if that's heard, just that's it.
Yeah.
Game over. Game over. There's nothing that can be done. Boom.
And there's a kind of freedom, but there's lost for some. All the me aspiration doesn't mean that if you are creative, you won't be creative. It's not that, but all the goals, they fall apart. Everything falls apart, but that's lovely.
It is.
I don't know. Maybe I'm too enthusiastic with this. Some others are like dramatic in this thing, but I don't know.
No, it's great. I agree. It's great. It's
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's the end of all personal dreams, basically. As in that's so dear to me. Well, like saving the world, basically. I mean, that's, or anything at all. Wanting to be famous, wanting to have money, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, and that should change. It's just that, I mean, there won't be an urge for it anymore, and that's But
it's like it happens also. Some people, apparent people, just have the talent to make money. We see that somebody just like that. So yeah, so
absolutely.
It's life appearing like this. That's it. It's not personal. It's only organic, or I don't know. It's and it's not real in the end, because everything is finished at the beginning. It's always
Yeah.
It's a done deal. That's nothing appearing like this. So
it's nothing appearing as everything as what's going on, and it's not something that is known. Like it's not something that actually means something. It doesn't. It's just words describing what cannot be described. But yeah,
but there's a clarity or a taste. I don't know how to say that. It's like people say aliveness. I think, but there's it's
a flavor, I would say.
A flavor, to everything.
Yeah,
and that's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's just not questioning anything really. I mean, not. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Karen.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. So I also want to testify when the realization happened that there was never been a person here. Mm-hmm. There was never been someone, real Karen living life. Things has become, I mean, the habit didn't change. The same thought came, but it was not owned by anyone, or even the activities are just done without nobody doing them, or enjoying anything. So it's just the enjoyment of things without nobody enjoying things, or there is anger without nobody being angry, or frustration without nobody being frustrated. And there is even some resistance to some thoughts or some situation. It's also just happened without anyone being resistant or not wanting that. And even if there is something like not wanting this, it's also this, the unfoldment of the moment without nothing personal. It's really nothing personal. And it's everything is happening, but it's so quiet at the same time.
Yeah.
And no more question. Like all these spiritual quests has dropped. I mean, without the intention of dropping it, actually. But it's just seen that actually it was for the freedom for someone, or the freedom from something that was totally illusory in the end. And
the need for freedom, which is not real. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, it's just what's appearing to happen, what's going on. That's it. Like it's whatever it is. Yeah. That's the thing, because that's the thing for me. There will be that moment where nothing changes, but that tiny little thing, yes, that needs to change, and that's when I'm free. Just that tiny thing here. All the rest I'm fine with. And so the tiny thing goes away for a second, maybe, and it is something else. Oh no, it's that thing. It's everything. It just happens. Anything can happen. This is just, that's the beauty of, in a way, not wanting something else other than what is going on. It's just, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. There is nobody to want it or not to want it. It's just It's just what is.
It's just what it is. Like, oh my God, that's what they were saying all along. Well, yeah. Yeah. It's just that whole person ghosts. Bam. And not even, because it's not an explosion or something. It's just, it's never fucking was. Thank you, Jade. But yeah. Thanks, Karen.
Thank you.
Hey, Max.
Hey, Dan, buddy.
Hey.
Hiya.
Good to be here.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you just said anything can happen. And in a way, it's like or everything can happen. Everything is happening. It's just what we can't say even anything. There's could be a dream of someone who is seeing something and thinks that they know what it is, and then has some opinion about it, whether it should be there or not, or something.
100%, yeah.
We don't know what's here, but it's just everything.
Yeah.
It's like things showing up and going away and whatever.
Yeah. That's why anything that is said about this, including maybe especially the word this, is just right and wrong at the same time. It's just, it's stunning. It's beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. It's of course thanks for pointing that out. It's
go.
No, go.
I was just going to say, it's because we can't find anyone who it could be right or wrong for. I mean, right and wrong is just someone sitting there saying, no, this is wrong, and well, maybe it's a little wrong or whatever, building a story from and that isn't, it's not it here.
No, exactly. It's amazing. It's just, it's I mean,
crazy.
It's crazy. And it's crazy that there could have been this search for this, like for I mean, it's just, I mean, it literally makes no sense, yet it's what seems to be happening for 90% of the world population, maybe 99. And you know what? I have no clue, because even saying that, I have no clue actually. But maybe that's the case. Just maybe, or maybe not.
And even that is
maybe my grandparents got the thing, if that makes sense. You know, but what the fuck do I know? You know? It's just I have no clue.
But even that is just the same story as all the other stories. You know, it's
exactly.
Like building the story more and more and more and more.
Exactly. Exactly. It's the endless story. Of course, it's always been the endless story. It's sensational.
And it's nothing.
It's nothing. It's nothing. I like how you put it in one of your videos. I think you were saying you were talking about interested in nothing, and I thought that brilliant, because it's just it's exactly this. It's just do you know what I mean? It's. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's just, I mean, I'm talking about it because I find it fun. I'm interested in literally nothing, which is nothing and something at the same time. And wow, I mean, fuck.
Because really that is all there is, if there is anything. But then it seems like there's this me would be something that's interested in something. Not interested in nothing, but interested in something, which we call my life or whatever. But I mean, we could have, imagine that there's like 8 million me's that are interested in something, but that's just, it's a story.
It is, all of it. Yeah.
Everything is full of nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And for there to be something, I would have to know what it is. I'd have to be able to know it. And that's just not possible.
It's just an
And
end of story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if there was something known, then that would create a me that knew it. But that can't happen.
No.
It's not
Never.
available.
Never. It's impossible. It's just no loop, no nothing, just nothing, no words. And even saying no words is not saying no words. There's nothing that's being said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. I mean, go on if you want.
Oh, all good.
It's all good. Like, it's a funny thing that, I mean, I remember for a long time when I would watch non-duality videos, I would literally hope and wait for something to happen. Like literally, maybe at some point that guy will say something that will be it. And all that's being said is just always that, well, no, I mean, there's just nothing that can be gained already. That's a freaking miracle. Boom, like that. I mean, go figure. You can't figure it. It's just freaking amazing.
And yet, apparently, it's Karen here.
Uh-huh.
Yet, apparently, you said something that was heard here, but it's still within the story or the appearance of things, you know.
Yeah.
That something was heard that you said, and yeah.
Yeah.
What you do in it, I guess.
It seems to be happening. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. But that was really nothing. Always nothing happening. Yeah. Thank you. I say a lot of bullshit, you know. That meeting is complete and utter bullshit. That's it. That's it. It's just bullshit. It's nothing bullshitting. It's literally, it's nothing bullshitting. And it's bullshitting no one. It's fantastic.
It's like it's nothing that bullshitting itself
Yeah.
to believe to be a something solid. That's crazy too. It's a miracle also, you know.
Yeah.
And then, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a miracle. Which of course can be heard as the story of the miracle, which I'm going to find because I need to find this miracle. But there's just already no miracle happening. I mean, that's the freaking miracle that there's no miracle happening. It's just life. And it's not a thing called life. Holy shit. But if there was something happening, it actually would be known. That's it. Like, that's it. Jade is saying, there's just no point in anything at all. None. None whatsoever. None. There's no point in this meeting, like literally. And there's no point to saying there is no point. It's not serious. It's not fucking serious. It's all a big joke. And taking the joke seriously is just a big joke as well. It's ordinary, really. I would say. I like that word, ordinary. It's just anything that happens, it's the ordinary every day. And that's just, I mean, come to think of it, when some people will say, for example, well, what I'm looking for is peace. But I mean, for example, right? But literally just the every day, the ordinary every day, that's the peace that's longed for, literally. And there's not an actual thing called every day. It's just saying, yeah, something, which is nothing. Maybe it's something.
The ordinary miracle.
Yeah. The extraordinary, ordinary. Yeah. Life.
Really, the idea of ordinary just comes from the me. You know, you get all these words and ideas from the from the me, the me library of funny ideas.
The me library. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the
Yeah.
me. If you're a me, then you have an idea of like, oh, this is ordinary, and then there's something else that could be not ordinary, and maybe I want to get that and not be ordinary. All that stuff. All that story. There's nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't ordinary or not ordinary. It's too much.
It's no idea. Yeah.
But there's nothing missing from it.
It's too empty and it's too full at the same time. It's just this. Just
But the me is just the feeling that this is not good, not enough, and then I'm going to invent something else.
Yeah.
And then go chase that.
Yeah, and chase that, and I need that. Like, it's vital. Like, it's yeah. But the thing is, there is no one living, so what's vital, really?
Just this is all there is.
Yeah. What can't be said yet that is said in billions of ways, and it's all the fucking same. It's all this. All there is. All there is all there is. Period. That's it. Yeah. Anyone else wanted to say something? Otherwise, I suggest we leave it at that for today. I think this time I'll actually get organized and do these, I think, once a week. I haven't decided on a day just yet. Next week I can't really actually. I might do it Wednesday, I'm not sure. But let's say from 2 weeks on, I'll try and have a day every week for that kind of meeting if you want. And for those who speak French, you know, there's the one on Sunday as well in French every week. So there you go. Thanks, guys. It was lovely to have you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you, Max.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Soon again.
Love you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.